love is simple, but maintaining a relationship is not. We are unaware of our toxic habits or behaviors until we are in a relationship. The damage has already been done by the time we arrive. Counselors are available to assist you, but you must first recognize your error. Both people must work hard to keep a relationship going. However, occasionally one's behavior irreparably harms a good relationship. To help you avoid such a disastrous incident in your life, here is a list of actions that damage a relationship. Make sure you don't make the same mistakes twice. I will be discussing those behaviors that destroy relationships that you don't take note of. Number 1. Controlling. People today are unable to separate themselves from their professional actions, which results in unsuccessful relationships. You may hold a higher position and have a propensity to dominate everything beneath you in your professional life, but people do not work for you outside of the workplace. Controlling others is not a desirable trait in either business or personal life. So if you want an enduring relationship, quit trying to control your mate. It's usually a good idea to treat them equally. Number 2. Still enjoying singlehood. When you've been single for a long time, you may act as if you're still single even if you're in a relationship. Things alter when you're in a relationship. Some people prefer to spend their weekends with their friends rather than their partners. This is not conducive to a healthy relationship. Spend time with your partner instead. So once you're in a relationship, put your singlehood conduct aside and act responsibly. Number 3. Financial independence. Managing one's finances is another behavior associated with singlehood. When you're single, it's perfectly appropriate to manage and look after your finances. When you're in a relationship, however, the dynamics shift. You must shift your focus from my finances to our finances. If you don't make this smooth transition, you'll be giving the wrong message to your spouse. They may believe you are not committed to the relationship and have reservations. So modify your mentality to make things work for both of you. Number 4. Reacting and not responding. Reacting and responding are opposed. When someone says something to you, your immediate instinct is to react, whereas replying is to respond after carefully considering the circumstances. There will be criticism while you are in a relationship. Your partner may dislike some of your habits and feel free to express their displeasure. You will now have a good connection if you respond to them. However, if you react to it, you may push them away. You should be open to new ideas and suggestions. Number 5. Excessive criticism. Nobody has the same habits or behaviors. They each have their own unique set of thoughts and responses to a given scenario. Just because you have a habit doesn't mean your partner should as well. The goal of a partnership is to accept someone for who they are. You've fallen in love with them just for being themselves. You are destroying your relationship if you constantly criticize me. This is one of the most prevalent ways for a relationship to end. Number 6. Individualism. It is quite okay to accompany a partner in their hobbies and interests. While you are doing this, keep your individuality in mind. You also have interests, likes, and dreams. Following your partner blindly will give the impression that you have no thoughts or dreams of your own. An excessive display of this behavior will drive them away. So while you adjust to their activities, keep your individuality. Number 7. Running away from fights. Nobody wants to quarrel, yet it is unavoidable in a relationship. Experts advise against allowing little grievances to balloon into major issues and then waiting for them to explode. There will be distinctions between the two of you. When those disparities arrive, it is suggested that they be discussed. It's critical that you respect each other's opinions and don't let minor disagreements and grievances mount up, only to blow up and end your relationship one day. Number 8. Lack of communication. We fantasize about having a spouse who can read our body language and listen to our silence. This type of understanding, however, takes time and can never happen overnight. So communicate when you're in a relationship. Tell your lover what you're thinking and how you feel. Don't expect them to comprehend what you're saying. Maintain an open line of communication with them. Number 9. Spending too much time together. While it may not appear so at first, spending too much time with your partner can be detrimental to your relationship because you risk losing yourself to the other person. Doing everything with them and always having them by your side isolates you from all of your other vital relationships, such as your friends and family. It prevents you from following your own goals and interests, and it stifles your personal growth. When you begin to lose your sense of individuality and independence, you may begin to blame and resent your partner for it. Number 10. A lack of openness to experience. When we fall in love and welcome someone new into our hearts, our world should grow rather than contract. Unfortunately, the longer we are in a relationship, the simpler it is to get into a rut and close yourself off to new experiences. Because we've stopped trying new things together and allowing ourselves to be free and spontaneous, we've become more rigid, predictable, and uninspired. A lack of openness to experience suffocates the excitement between couples and prevents us from feeling content and satisfied in our relationships. Number 11. A lack of open communication. Communication is essential in a healthy and long-lasting relationship. As has been stated numerous times, our relationship suffers when we are unable to openly interact with our partners and speak freely with them. Are you reluctant to tell your partner something because you're afraid they'll be furious with you? Do you roll your eyes at what they say, or do you ignore their candor with sarcasm and dismissiveness? These kinds of actions build a schism between spouses and foster secrecy, dishonesty, and distrust, which if left unresolved can undermine the relationship over time. Number 12. Trying to keep the peace. There may be times when people we love drive us insane, and we may feel inclined to merely lie and dismiss their concerns to avoid a confrontation. That is, pending things are great between you and their friend, where the truth is you can't tolerate each other. A strong and loving relationship, however, cannot be based on lies, no matter how small or well-intentioned. If you disagree with your partner, you should discuss it with them rather than keep it hidden and lie to keep the peace, because there can be no emotional intimacy without honesty. And when there's no genuine closeness between couples, it doesn't take long for them to drift apart and fall out of love with one another. Number 13. Running away from fights. There's an interesting fact about relationships. It's pretty beneficial for couples to quarrel from time to time. No one wants to argue with the person they love, but disagreement demonstrates that you and your spouse can be honest and open about your differences. And when you attempt to resolve the issue in a positive manner that is not intended to hurt or attack the other person, you strengthen and deepen your ties. On the other hand, merely fleeing a dispute will not solve anything and will leave your problems unresolved. And repressing all your bad emotions towards each other would exacerbate the situation tenfold. However, the aforementioned practices weaken relationships and frequently lead to their demise. Avoid such attitudes and habits if you want to build an eternal connection. After all, you should both strive for a successful relationship. We've come to the end of the video. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching. See you next time.